Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015, woohoo, etc. Just wait for the crowd noise to die down. Alright, good. So last time out we sold a car for money, and again I think we'll do that again. So we've got this Kieran to get rid of, so we're going to do this Kieran, and then next time we can do the Spectra or the Bianco, which are to keep. And then after that we've got to think about maybe making some more money, and then we'll only have one slot in our keepsies pile before we have to buy new parking for 150,000, which we can actually afford, so I have to be careful not to press the button. Right, oh, I have forgot to actually get the car out, so we need the Kieran out. Right, so, ooh, that's a lovely looking car. Doesn't it just fill your heart with joy? Warms your cockles. So currently it's worth $12,000 and I've got 158,000 in the bank. The inventory has very little interest in. Let's do this. So you know the procedure. First things first, we stand and denigrate the colour. Ew, what a horrible colour. And then we take off all the bodywork panels that we can remove. Usually I forget one as well to make it exciting at the end. Not intentionally, just, you know, I suppose that's what the word forget implies. Fail to remove them all, I suppose would be better. Oh, okay, I think that's all of them. Then we're going to fix those up over here at the right place. Three of them broke, or whatever, so we can actually just get rid of those now, save ourselves accidentally trying to put them on the car. So, and then we replace everything that fixed. No. Yep. No. Yep. Yep. I wasn't sure if I hit it first time. Okay, so... oh, we've got small doors. Yeah. Do I try the front fender? Yeah. Okay, so we should have no more parts of the vehicle. Body, no. Cool. Alright, so that's that bit done. And then, it's the strip down. So basically, ripping the engine apart. I've done this several times recently, so it should be a familiar procedure. Notice I'm not going to say exciting or interesting or in any way informative, just, you know, you've seen it before. Same again. Don't expect nothing different. Wow, it's a very chocolatey looking engine, isn't it? Cadbury's Dairy Milk engines. No. Engines by Roundtree or something. I suppose these are all English names. Trebor. Schweppes. Engine liquid by Schweppes. Yes, engine liquid. That's the official term for oil or whatever they use in engines. Engine lube, which always sounded faintly rude to me. You get your engine lube. What are you? Some sort of, you know, V8 prostitute? Must have lube. Literally can't do your job without it. Yeah, that's not a job anyone really wants, is it? Well, some people do, to be fair, I guess, but not many of them. Still. I don't know what I was going to do with that still. But, you know, for things. Right, so I've got ignition wires, the ignition coil. Peel that off the side of the head. And then take out your spark plugs. Then we can remove the head block thing, what do you call it? Head. That's the word I said first. Alright, take out some of these other bits. ABS, it's got abs. It works out long and hard. Right, so we've got normal air filters, I think of them. Right, so let's rise it up and have a go at the suspension, etc. Okay, take off all these shoddy looking wheels. Shoddy looking brakes. Well, shoddy looking everything really. That's why we buy these chocolatey cars, because we've got more of a differential after we fix them up. has these weird shocks. You have to take off the shock absorber before the spring. Sure, there's a perfectly cromulent reason for it. It's just surprising to the uninitiated. There we go, and then we've got tie rods. And lower suspension arms, not bottoms, lower. I might have a spare one of them. Previous bad purchasing decision. Okay, there's our bush. Can't take the starter motor out from here, that's a shame. Okay, and the brakes. Woo! Alright, oh yeah, and this again. Take off the end link. And then the shock, and then the spring. Whoop! Oh, what have we forgotten? I had tie rods. And then we take out the steering rack. Sway bar. Just a couple of bit of bush out of here. And then that can come out too. Lovely. Let's get the exhaust out. Drive shaft over here. Whee! That's right. Whee! You heard me. Right, so let's take out the rear suspension. Right, this is slightly more complicated rear end than recently, I think, isn't it? Oh no, it's the same as the one I did last, I think, so pretty straightforward. Just control arms and leave spring plates. As simple as it is, I've still forgotten in which order to take them off. As simple as it is, and the fact that I've just done one, the last video, wow, I still remember it from then, but... Right, take the fuel tank out. Right, okay, that's one side of the rear suspension. Let's do the other side. Okay. And there's the drive axle, the knuckle housing, right, shocks, springs. The control arm. Oops, missed. That's right, remove the bush. There we go, that's the rear end completely stripped. Of course we're still down the front end, slightly confusingly. So let's drop the card, take what we need to take out whilst it's on the ground, like the starter motor. Take out the pistons yet? No, we haven't removed the oil watsits, have we? So let's get the oil drainer. Oil buddy, some reason I seem to think of it as. Right, so let's get ourselves under here. Bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know why I'm making the extra sound effects, I'm just doing it for you. Still. It's the never worked as a Foley in me. I really sort of fancied that. The idea of making... It's almost like a puzzle as to how to make these exciting noises sound as realistic as possible. Always sort of sounded quite interesting. You know, and you see pictures of... You see documentaries about Foley artists at work, and it's always, you know, like, oh, and then we decided to make some gravel out of, you know, pecans, and then we had to walk on it in our socks, and that gave us the right noise. You know, this sort of nonsense. Or... You know, we recorded the sound of a lion and then we played it backwards and stretched it and that gave us the TIE Fighter noise. You know, that sort of nonsense. It's like, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, okay, maybe you're not interested in TIE Fighters, but you know what I mean, generally speaking. It's interesting. It was quite interesting to me when I first found out about that, the Foleying, that they didn't actually record the sounds when they made the film, you know. Why not, I thought, but of course a lot of the time you can't actually get the sounds you want at the time of recording. It also means when you're watching the rushes back that the sound is often pretty awful because they don't necessarily record sound apart from sort of as placeholder stuff. You know, so the actual rushes of what they filmed for the day can be eerily weird to watch. Not always, depends on the stuff being recorded. Especially stuff like sci-fi or anything involving CG, obviously, because they've got to work with a screen or, you know, a cloth on a stick that's meant to represent the dinosaur's head or whatever. Alright, we stripped all that out, so now we fix all the bits that we can fix, and replace all the bits that we can't fix. All those crashy noises, that's things being broken. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Right, so, and then we sell all the stuff that we broke or that was unrepairable. And then we'll sell all this stuff that was unrepaired. Or these things unrepairable. The junk stuff that got broken by the repair, generally. Alright, so there we go. Let's start the rebuild. Right, so water pump, yeah, so we've got it all. We've got it all. Nope, don't have one of those air filter base majiggers. Air filter base. There we go. Air filter base, and obviously that will require an air filter. Battery for one of those as well. Oh, good, we're not found of the lid either. Good grief. Clips, though, we've got all clips. Clips for days, days and days and days. That was only 3 days. So, a clip, please. I don't know why I'm searching for this rather than just, or looking for it rather than searching for it. Was it a clip A? Oh, I hope so. Hey! Hey! Good. Right. So that's some of those bits in. Let's get it up and have a look at the suspension on. Suspension in? What? My brain was trying to say extra words. Alright. No, none of those. Let's buy a couple of those. I was thinking about it. Wow, wheel hubcaps. Right, so lower suspension arm, we've got some of them. Huzzah. Come on. Little recalcy nut. Alright, so we need some bush. Nip out and buy some bush. Small rubber bushing, not next to rubber bushing. 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple of extra ones for the rear. Apart from getting in the way in the inventory, which isn't really much of a thing, so they're always going to be used, so it doesn't really matter if you get extra ones. Tie rods we need. Are we on the running gear? We're not, are we? Tie rods, so we need 2 of each of them. Tie rod. Right, how do we do the suspension? I need the front springs. 2 of those, 2 caps, probably 2 suspension shock absorbers as well, to be fair. Yep. Alright, little hat to keep his thing out of the sun. Front sway bar. Alright. Front sway bar. And then what links do we need? End link A's. Let's go right down the bottom for them. And then try not to put them in the exhaust position here. Alright, so that's this side done, I think, yep. So let's look at what we're doing. There we go. Alright, and then lower suspension arm. With its recalcitrant nuts. In you go. Got a dodgy batch. Dodgy nuts. Plenty of good looking bush though, so that's all fine. All smoothly in the bush. Okay, oh, and then we've got our spring and shock absorber and cap. And then we link that to the sway bar. And then that's the suspension on the front pretty much done. Got some engine-y bits. Oh yeah, can we put the... Oh no, we need the crankshaft in. So we need a crankshaft I4. That'll be in the engine bits, you know. Crankshaft I4. And then we can hang a flywheel on that. One wheels of fly. Oop, missed. There we go. And the clutch plate, yes. And then the pressure plate and clutch release. Bolty bolts. Oh, and then the actual box itself, which we've got. Awesome. Lovely, right. Starter motor, is that from the engine bay? It is. And we can't put the rear on yet, we haven't got the drive shaft, I mean, we haven't got the rear end sorted, but let's go and do that now. In fact, that's the next thing to do. Lovely. And we've got some of this stuff anyway. One side. No. Spring caps we've got, but we need the springs and the other caps. Running gear. Oop, running gear. Rear spring. Rear spring Vork Dirt Technique. And which shock absorber was it? B. Shock absorber B. Alright, so there we go. A bit of that, bit of this, one of them. And the solid control arm. Solid axle control arm, sorry. The spring plate and U-bolts. Yeah, got all the U-bolts we need. Yep, there we go. Rubber bushing. So that's that side. Do we need an axle hole? No, that's all done. Alright, lovely, lovely. So we need a rear axle knuckle housing C. And then what was it? A solid rear drive axle. Solid rear drive axle. And then a control arm. Leaf spring plate. And some U-bolts. Woohoo! Alright. So that's the rear end suspension almost done. Just do the rest of it. Nope, not the drive shaft yet. So fuel tank. Fuel tank and a fuel pump. Yeah, got one of those. They often get fixed, it seems. Oh, we can do the exhaust while we're here. Oh, don't forget this rubber bush. Actually, let's do the... Oh, we don't have the drive shaft. Nil drive shaft done. Where's the cursor? There it is. So there we go, link the front and the back together. Alright, then we've got a catalytic converter and a middle muff. Catalytic converter and a middle muff. So we're down the rear end. V8 OVE, yeah, rear muffler V8 OVE. And at the front we have front exhaust section I4 socks. Front exhaust section I4 socks. Okay, now we've got an oil filter I4 to add on. I4. Alright, so what else? I've got some engine bits to do. Engine bits, got the brakes. I might be kind of getting there. So let's do the bits that require the ground. Is that a sentence? There's lots of engine stuff to do. So we need 4 pistons with conrods. the engine head. Oh, it's good that we've got it. Save us a little bit of cash. And we've got what? An intake manifold, an exhaust manifold, the fuel rail, sparkies. Quite a bit to do yet. Throttle. Exhaust manifold, yeah. It's nice that we've got them all. Shouldn't say that should be none of the next several parts that I need, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Starter motor whilst I remember it. Yes. Brake servo, no. Okay. Camshaft, yes. And then a billion camshaft caps, no. So they're just normal camshaft caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 camshaft caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Fun. Camshaft cap. Wah ha ha ha. 2 camshaft caps. Wah ha ha. Yeah. And 5. Whoa. Oh. 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 There's your head cover. That's the top of the engine done. So we've got some sides to do now. We've got the timing gear. So we've got a cam gear I4 sock. Cam gear I4 sock. And then an I4 sock timing belt. But of course, I4 sock timing belt. Some sort of sprocket, no doubt. A belt tensioner. That's easy. And then the timing cover, yep. Oh, doesn't need bolting on, awesome. So a crankshaft pulley for I4s. Crankshaft pulley I4. What's this, an idle roller A. Idle roller A. And some belts, yeah. Yeah, so we want I4 sock serpentine belts. I4 sock A. Oh, that's just serpentine belt. So let's see what else is required. Just a serpentine belt A, okay. Alright. Radiator, nope. And the radiator fan, yes. Okay, so that's most of this. We've got the brake servo, of course. Brake servo. What about the ABS system? Where's that? Oh, next to the fuel filter I also don't have. So an ABS pump. ABS pump. And I got the module from before. Lovely. And a fuel filter. Fuel filter. Yep. Okay. So that was looking like. Oh no, hang on. Ignition coil. Ignition coil. I4 sock. Oh, and some spark plugs. Didn't buy any, did I? Nope. Ignition wise I4 sock, and then we'll also require some plugs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the wires. So that's looking good. Right, I'll tell you what. Oh, I can't put the oil in yet. Good memory though, but unfortunately I have to put the oil pan on first. And some crankshaft bearing caps. Alright, so we need one more of them. Crankshaft bearing cap. And then we put on the oil tray. Alright, looking good. So let's bring it back down, put some oil in it, put the tyres and brakes on, and then see what else we're missing. Glub, glub, glub. Right, now, so we need brake discs. So we need brake pads, and for some reason I thought we only had 3 calipers. I don't know if that's from this build, but if so, I bought some calipers, or a caliper to make up 4. Make it feel like I know what I'm doing, but you know, it doesn't last long, that feeling. Hey ho. Looks like I might have needed an extra one anyway. Ah, not like these wheel hub caps, look. Oh, no, I bought them, I just haven't put them in. Woo! Okay, I need another couple of wheels for the rear. Disc, pad. I need one more caliper as well. And these are Rim Classic 13s. So Rim Classic 13s, but I need a caliper first. Rim Classic 13s. Awesome. Strange reflections, etc. Oops, missed the pad. There we go. Oop, missed lots of times. Try and do it too quickly. There we go. Cool, so that's all the parts. So we just need to finish off fixing up the bodywork. So this is a Kieran, so let's go to the bodywork shop and put in Kieran without the square bracket. Alright, and what do we need? We need a front left door and fender. Front left door, front left fender. Put those on. Front right fender and door. Front right fender and door. And we need a trunk, a boot, and left tail light. Trunk, boot, left tail light. Trunk, boot. No, it must have been rear bumper, not trunk and boot. Yeah. Oh dear. Right, so that's all the bodywork. So look, it all looks good. Car is currently worth fuck all. I mean, 38 grand. Let's just fix up the final bits of bodywork. How did I say 38 grand? So I was worth an extra 12 grand or so. That was nothing worth sniffing at, or not to be sniffed at, or whatever the sentence is. Woohoo! Look at that, I've almost got 200 Grandingtons. And we're left with 2 cars that we want to do up and keep. So we'll do one of those next time, I think. Spend some of our money, and then it might be back to the auctions to buy some more crap to do up. And thanks for watching. It's been fun. It's all nicer now that the textures are slightly better. There's a bit of ripple in there. Oh, quite a lot of ripple actually. I don't go up and down much, so to speak. Just stop doing that. You might not be able to see the effect on YouTube. I don't know. There's a weird rippling effect as you look up and down. Anyway, things do look slightly nicer now. The new texture set, which is good. Still got the crappy reflections, which is, you know, understandable. Wow, I can almost read this. It still makes my eyes go slightly painful. Good. That's enough waffle. I'll see you next time for more car mechanic simulations. Bye.